Jesus Christ. This is New York for you, I tell you. All right. So, what's going on, good guys? Chris Newton here, Chris Newton Real Estate, chrisnewtonrealestate.com. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're talking about code switching. Okay, code switching. Is it okay? What is code switching, and is it okay to code switch? So, code switching, in my opinion, right? This is how I interpret code switching, and I know this is how a lot of people interpret it. Code switching is when you grow up and you talk a certain way, you behave a certain way naturally, and then you turn into a completely different person to quote unquote adapt to the situation. Okay, which is happening. And why? For personal gain, for business gain, to be liked by other people. So there's a great book. I believe Dale Carnegie wrote it, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And maybe some people read that and felt as if they had to become a completely different person to please other people. Amazing book. I love it. I read it, or I listened to it. And here's how I feel about code switching. Now, as a matter of fact, let me get more into depth with the code switching. Let's say, well, I talk a certain way, right? And I'm going to be completely honest, as I always am. I was a victim of code switching, right? Not say a victim. I was a culprit of code switching. And why do I say that? Because what happened years ago, when I first got into real estate and I first started wearing my suits and everything, I wore glasses, right? I never wore glasses before. I decided to go to the, optometrist or the eye doctor. And I said, let me get my eyes checked and so on and so forth. And I didn't really even know that I need glasses. But I went and I got glasses. Why? Because I wanted to tone my blackness down, right? I wanted to tone it down because I did not want to come off so threatening, because I know that my natural voice sounds a certain way. I know that the way I walk, the way I talk, and some of my mannerisms, I don't want to say like my speech, because I have a very high level of vocabulary, but just the way I say words, just the way I pronounce and enunciate certain words, it may come in my mind, right? In my mind, I felt like it will come off threatening to the other side of the table. So I said, you know what? If I really can't do much about that. What I can do is kind of tone it down. So then I went to the eye doctor, went and got glasses, and it kind of messed me up a little bit, I'm gonna be honest. So now I can see perfectly fine without them. It's just now I kind of need them in a sense, right? Like it gets blurry sometimes. So I just went back and I got some new glasses. But that's the story of like how I started code switching in that sense. Now, I'm not the person that's going to, hey, Bob, how's it going? Or the person that's going to be like, and then I said, that's no gorilla, that's my wife. Ha! Oh my God, Bill, you're right. That's not me. It's not going to be me. Excuse me. And I've learned to accept and be happy with who I am in regards to, I'm a black man from the slums of Brooklyn. Okay, I grew up in Crown Heights, borderline Prospect Heights. I grew up there, born in Bushwick, grew up in Crown Heights, lived in Brownsville, lived in East New York, like everywhere, right? And I'm proud of where I come from. And I'm proud that I made it out of where I come from and still able to represent that to a degree, right? I want people to know that it's okay to be yourself. So I'm not going to be, oh my God, da 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 da, and Bill, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. No, I'm not that kind of person. So I have my hair, I braid it up sometimes, I leave it like this. I actually just learned, like my girl flat ironed it and it came out fire. And I said, you know what? This is a lot better than me just brushing my hair and ripping hair. Oh my gosh, it was killing me. So I think I'm going to kind of rock it like this for a minute. But what I'm saying is, it's okay to be yourself in and out of situations of business. So there's going to be people that like you no matter what. There's going to be people that don't like you no matter what. People are going to want to do business with you and there's going to be people that don't want to do business with you. It'll be because of anything. You cannot please everybody. So you can become and there's a difference between code switching and adapting, right? So just because you wear a suit doesn't mean you're code switching. That means you're adapting, right? You're not going to walk into a business meeting talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of business, or whether it's real estate or whether it's a deal or whatever it is, and your pants are sagging, or you wearing sneakers. You got to dress for the occasion. You have to look a certain way, and it's still okay to be yourself. You're not going to go up, yo, what's up, bro? Da, 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 da. No, not in the environment where it doesn't call for that. Right now, it is situations where I see people that are like me, and they'd be like, oh, what's up, bro? Da, 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 da. We dap it up, so on and so forth, and we talk how we talk. But again, when I'm talking to somebody else that doesn't necessarily come from where I come from, that has no idea what I'm talking about when I say certain things, I'm not going to push that on them, right? So it's a difference between code switching and adapting. It's okay to adapt. But code switching and basically becoming a totally different person because you want people to like you, if they don't want to do business with you because of who you are, not who you're pretending to be, that's not somebody you want to do business with. It's not. It's not somebody who you should be inviting over for dinner and meeting your wife or your husband or your kids or whoever. They need to be able to do business with you, sit down with you, and like you for you. In the event that cannot happen, it's okay. You guys shake hands, go your separate ways, so on and so forth. It's a difference between code switching, it's a difference in adapting. It's a difference between code switching and adapting. And that's the best way I can explain it off, the top of my head. When I speak to people, I speak to people with respect. And also being a black man from the slums and how I talk, my natural voice, and how I just everything about me on the surface, some people might not care to do business with me just so to make up for that and the insecurity of mine or insecurities of mine, whether it was before, during, after, whatever, currently. The way I compensated for that is I made sure I was extremely educated on certain situations. My goal yearly is to read at least 20 books. This year was 30. It's now, we're in October, I'm at 28 right now. I'm on my 29th book. So I just finished 28, I'm currently in my 29th book as we're, recording this and discussing this. I got a bunch of books, I got a bunch of certificates, I'm always learning, I'm always asking questions, I'm always talking to people and picking their brains and just trying to push my skill set further and further and further, because I do know how a lot of people view people that look like me, people that talk like me. I do know, and I'm not oblivious, I'm completely aware of the hurdles that we have to go through. And me not code switching also unfairly and unreasonably puts a hindrance on me, because I won't say hi to Bill like that. No, hey, how's it going? So on and so forth. When we talk, how we talk. And we have a great conversation. And through the conversation and the dialect that I choose to use, or the lexicon that I choose to use, we didn't even know I knew that word. I said the dialect as if I'm speaking another language. That was crazy. But through dialogue as we're speaking, I think that's what I meant. Through dialogue as we're speaking, if he decides he wants to do business with me, or in the opposite way, because maybe I might not want to do business with him either, or her either. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a two-way street, and it has to be mutual. So I spent about 8-9 minutes going around, but that's how I look at code switching. Is it okay? In my opinion, no. You have to do what you have to do. I understand why certain people do it, because they want to get into those open doors. I'm not okay with it for me personally. I want to be accepted for who I am, how I talk, because I bring so much more value to the table than a lot of these people that be code switching. I'm gonna be honest. So that's my take on it. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.